we should be live. Just gonna use this screen for a second while I set up everything. And almost good to go. I just need to... Oh, done already linked. Stream share. There. And one more place to put it. Is it here? No? Oh, here. Okay. That's all set. Let me just refresh this. Okay. And we should be good to go. Hopefully. I just need to do... Come on. There we go. Just need to check something. Sorry. Just... Fallout's finicky. Gotta get Fallout to work. Okay. Should be good. Should be all set. Where and... Oh. He's just about to show me that crust. I think... Time press fix... Yeah, okay. It's that way? Why am I going this way then? Maybe I'm going around? Stream time. Hi, sure. Even though I was just speaking to you like 15 minutes ago. Oh, what the hell? Oh, you did that. Okay. So this gun in the files is called that gun, but it's the Blade Runner gun from Blade Runner. At least I think that's correct. Oh, that's right. I'm wearing the spacesuit. I might have to turn off cinematic kills if it just keeps happening that often. Having 10 luck will probably do that. Oh, did I already check? Yeah, I did. Because this is where I came from to get inside the facility to begin with. Okay. Don, do you know if there are any, like, enhancements for this gun? Or is it just kind of like, that's it? Ah, okay. I don't really have any intentions of modding the game for this. Normally with Bethesda games I do, but this is technically an Obsidian game, so... Oh, sorry, in this junk car. There's the Helio Station. I think that's where the fantastic guy or whatever is. I should have enough repair. Do I need science or repair to fix that place? Because I don't have very high science. I don't know the Goon one. I've never actually looked into modding this game just because I never felt I had to, but I'm sure there are mods that make it way better. Hi, dog. Maybe it's just in the building. Probably just in the building. Nope, nope. Where's that radio? No, no. No music.
Hi there. I'm Old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and I'm pretty good at fixing things, too. You might have noticed the very large building just north of here. That's Helios 1. The NCR runs the place, so it's off limits to prospectors. As it so happens, I do.
Can I do anything to better my situation? Science plus 10. I'll probably need that. No. Okay. How many caps do I have? I'm going to be spending a lot on my caps.
So, you're back.
Okay, whatever. It's whatever. I'll pay your stupid caps. I'll be earning thousands once I get into fucking Old Vegas or whatever they call it. Might as well go to Helios 1. I believe I'm like, where am I? World map. I believe to get to New Vegas. Come on. I believe this area up here. Hang on, is that Good Springs? That's Good Springs Cemetery. And then if you try to go north, you can get into Vegas. So I think I don't have that much further to go. I think I just have to go up this road here, and like around here or something is Old Vegas, and then that gets into New Vegas. Also, hi Wombonk. I assume you're not able to, otherwise you would, but you are free to join voice chat if you want. So I shouldn't be too far. I mean, that doesn't bother me. I'm guilty of yawning constantly into my microphone on stream, so.
This is a restricted area. State your business. Your being here is a start, soldier. We aren't exactly overflowing with troopers here. But if you really want to help us, talk to the idiot with sunglasses in the back of the plant building. He's been trying to get this place running for months and hasn't made any forward progress. Later. This place is off limits to civilians. You don't like it? Take it up with Lieutenant Haggerty. Who knows which side the Legion's gonna hit us from next?
Okay, I think he's over here. Oh, glasses. I don't know if what I'm wearing counts. Stats. Nope. I guess, oh, right, because I can wear sunglasses under these, so yeah, the sunglasses count.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they? Damn right you're not. Goddamn right. Why would they? You can't top this guy. Just a little more time. You can't keep Fantastic down for long. What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good. Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency. And I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over.
There you are. Hello.
Killed 2 guys.
Hi.
Now they won't go near it.
Oh my gosh.
They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs.
I only worked
Know
4
what I'm
hours
saying?
today. I don't know how I'm this. Well, no, I know how I'm wasted. I didn't.
I'm
sleep
always
well.
tired, even after 4-hour shifts.
I got a 7-hour tomorrow
There's these 2
and like
terminals outside.
3
They control the mirrors.
8-hour
I
shifts
tried
next
fooling
week,
with
so
them, but didn't get very far.
really gonna
We
be
have to get
feeling it.
them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower. Then do
But
the rest
3-day
from there.
weekend.
I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you? Well, hey, if you find yourself up at
So
the
how
mainframe,
you
do
been?
yourself a favor.
I'm all
and
right.
Make sure you send the power to the
Oh,
Hi,
right.
Nova.
hello, Nova.
It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran.
I did
Because I
actually.
get
I did
paid,
do
that's
something
why.
yesterday because
Per
I was so
kilowatt
frustrated.
hour.
Do you want to hear about
Whatever the
my
hell that is.
disastrous
That's where the
interview that I
NCR
had?
wants the power.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I want
Like
Do it.
2 days
Well,
ago,
you
I
know,
think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a phone interview last week, and the phone interview seemed pretty chill. It was like a small 20-person company, yada yada yada. You know, they're a print house, and like maybe they would need some help with the printing stuff, but mostly I'd be working on the graphics end, and it sounded pretty legit. And I was like, cool, I'm
Hmm.
here for it.
Yeah.
And then I had a really rough weekend because my stepdad was in town,
Oh,
and
I'm
luckily
sorry.
I didn't like freak out when I had to interact with him. But he hasn't gotten any better as a human being, as far as I can tell. So I don't know what the hell my mom is on.
I'm stuck on
Uh,
the table. Table stuck.
hop, hop.
Uh, get off. I'm stuck. Table stuck.
How did you get onto it?
I. Boom.
Boone, can you just a little push? Oh, you're hidden. What?
I'm
Why?
stuck.
Why is being on top of the table hidden?
Okay, hang on.
The perfect disguise.
Is no clip a thing? No clip not found.
Ah.
Damn it. Help.
Hang on. I was gonna say I could probably find Vegas
I'm stuck.
clip command console command no clip. Oh, TCL enables no clip mode.
Collision off. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because toggle collision. Okay, I'm off.
There you go.
How did that happen?
Hey, man.
I don't know. You were perfectly hidden up there though, which I
I
find
guess.
immensely amusing.
That reminds me of that reminds me of when I was playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Um, when you get to like 6 stealth in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, nobody can see you anymore.
What?
Like, I was
It only
crouching
takes 6?
and I was in front of a guy who was hostile, like just like this, and he couldn't see me. It was very useful.
It's unusual to see.
Song's entirely broken.
Are you a soldier or a scientist?
I think that's kind of just Vampire the
Then we have that in
Masquerade Bloodlines all over.
Whom do you typically work with?
Oh, but to continue, what the hell was I doing? Okay, weekend was rough. Saturday I spent most of it crying because I hated Target at that time because I finally saw my schedule. Oh, and they hadn't paid me yet too. Hadn't been paid. I saw that I had a bunch of 9-hour days like the week following this, and like my parents were coming over. Stress was high. I was very upset. And I was like holding on to this promise of an in-person interview for this like small print house company on like Tuesday. Or no, Monday. It was Monday. I'm getting my days confused. Anyways, Monday finally rolls around. I survived the weekend, which was honestly a miracle. I go out to this place. They have like a million birdhouses outside, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I finally walk into the place, and it is like a fucking visual nightmare. You have seen their website.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
It's literally early 2000s, just everything is screaming at you at the same time level of web design. And they have a web guy. I was told they had a web guy, and I am thinking they are paying him way too much, whatever it is. Because holy shit.
Yeah.
And I end up getting interviewed by the wife of the guy who gave me the phone interview.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking in, it's a cluttered mess. Everything is screaming at me. There's just random pictures everywhere, and shockingly, birdhouses. And I was like, okay. I talked to this guy's wife, who is like one of the heads of the company, and she's like, oh yeah, we started in making birdhouses. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of charming and unique for a company. And then they decided to make a side hustle in print, which has become their main hustle because print is, I guess, very easy to get into for
I've been
random
noticing
people.
a lot of printing companies coming up.
It's I assume it's like once you get your big machine,
Mm-hmm.
you just keep printing.
Got
So,
issues here.
and like, any, like, if you just advertise to your friends and family, like, oh yeah, I make prints, and then by word of mouth, you probably just get around, presumably.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, and so, like, the office was, like, kind of a mess, and I was still kind of willing to roll with it, though, but they walked me through the back warehouse, and it's just boxes fucking everywhere, and, like, this lady was pointing out workstations for, like, grommeting or whatever, and they were
Mm.
literally, like, little cubbies carved out of boxes.
Oh my god.
Like, caves. There was fabric fucking everywhere, there was tools fucking everywhere, it was, like,
Jesus
OSHA's
Christ.
nightmare. Um, and the graphic design room was like in a front room that had so much sunlight that it was getting overheated when I walked in there, and that's not helped by the
Oh.
fact that they had a heat table with like several different like
Also, wouldn't
presses.
having shit in like direct sunlight bleach it eventually?
Well, it got a lot of sunlight, but they weren't really blinds. They had like old prints that were basically trying to block out the sun. It wasn't working. Um, because like if I've learned anything from my room, which has blackout curtains and it still gets hotter than Satan's ass in here,
Yeah, of course.
um, the sun is powerful and it is my enemy. I do
Agreed.
not trust it. I hate that glowing sky eye. Um, but yeah, no, so like the area where they had their graphic designers was like this tiny little powwow of like computers precariously balanced on top of like thrift store like dining room furniture.
Yeah. Because of course, how else, would you do it?
um and it was just like I just got this slow kind of creeping sensation of like my talents are wasted on these people. Because it'd mostly be checking like client prints and then printing it, and then I would have to be in charge of like making sure it prints correctly and possibly doing a bunch of other just chores around the company because
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't organize their shit together to like have like defined roles, I guess. And so I talked briefly with the graphic designer that was like kind of working there, and then like they had like a little meeting where they just kind of put me back in the original interview room, and then I sat there for like 10 minutes like holy shit, the sun is an eldritch abomination and I am going to kill it. I hate it. I hate that thing. It makes me so warm.
I'll kill the sun
Sorry.
after I kill God.
Gonna kill the sun and I'm gonna punch the moon because it knows what it's done.
Are you
Um,
sure HQ
Moon's
forgot
cool in
the
my
load
book.
outs?
I don't want to kill the moon, but I am going to fight it. Uh, the but like so they let me kind of just stew in my thoughts, and I'm like, if I take this job, I'm probably just as unhappy as I was at Target, because like fuck me, and also
Mm-hmm.
at least at Target, like they'll get in trouble if they don't give me breaks. Um, this company, I have no guarantees. Um, but like the lady, I guess I impressed them enough, and she just kind of like walked in and she's like, "Oh, do you have another like hour? Because we want to see you like if you can like handle Illustrator files and stuff, like an art test." She didn't know the word for it,
Yeah.
and I wasn't going to help her. But I was just like, "No, I'm so busy today. I'm so busy. I've already told people that I'm going to be home."
Yeah.
Like this was a date that was going badly.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh well, you can just call us and we'll set up something tomorrow if you've got like the time because then
Sure.
we can do that." And I'm like, "Sure, sure." And I'm just like trying not to hurt their feelings, but part of me is just like, "Please let me leave."
Ah, guns!
Well, don't get hit by those. They hurt.
Don't fucking touch guns.
Ooh,
They'll
holy
shoot you
shit!
wide open.
They'll blow you wide open. God, I haven't seen that video in forever.
I missed that video.
I need to rewatch that maybe tonight. But yeah, no. So like that interview like kind of just lit a fire under my butt, and so I just made I designed a new magazine comp out of the blue.
Man,
'Cause
I
was
wish
like,
I could
fuck
get so
this.
fucking depressed that I design a whole magazine composition out of the blue.
I mean, it wasn't depression, it was spite. I literally the best or the most motivation I've had when designing stuff is literally when something like just makes me so irritated that like fuck it, I'm gonna, make my own design with blackjack and hookers. Because
And then you
I
draw
get
nudes.
so frustrated. Oh, don't worry, Nova. I started this game and I can't get past the first 15 minutes because I have the brain of a very startled hare. Which is a shame because I sat through a former friend of mine playing the entirety of Old World Blues and I very much enjoyed it, but I'm just very bad at playing open world adventure games.
Yeah, you get to see me play through Old World Blues now.
It's such a good expansion. I haven't seen the other ones, mind you, so they're probably just as good, but Old World Blues has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, what is this? Hi, Hive.
Oh. Hello, Hive.
Hello, what is it? Jen Farka? Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, that reminds me, I have to say thank you for a few other people. Thank you to ATD09 and the Zara for following. I guess you people did that when I was not streaming, because I don't remember those.
Probably a bit earlier.
Ah! What happened? Oh, hosted me with one viewer. Thank you. Oh, that's water.
But actually, now I'm starting to wonder if I should have more bad interviews just so that I actually get compelled to just redesign my entire portfolio.
Yeah. I should probably do anything productive, like set up another commissions banner. I just need to know what the fuck I'm gonna price myself at.
Oh, the alert box? I actually don't know how the alert box works with. Is that Twitch's side?
No, it's OBS. It's Streamlabs OBS.
Okay.
It's where I make all the edits.
It seems like Twitch actually has very, very little to do with the streaming side of things. It's all third party.
Let's see. I think I have to go this way, this way, this way. Which way? This way?
Didn't know that there was extra DLC for the DLC.
There's DLC for DLC.
Either that or I read that wrong. Which is probably quite true. I've been awake since 4 a.m.
Oh, I can sell these to doctors, actually.
The hell? I can't think with my mind, my brain cells.
Head empty.
Literally, my life recently has been either I've been at work or just head empty, reading way too much Witcher fan fiction.
What are you reading fan fiction of?
I'm not telling you that.
Ah, damn it.
I said The Witcher, and I'm not expounding on that. Ah, okay. I'm guessing it's just like the nightmare difficulty.
What about difficulty?
I can't even hope to play nightmare difficulty.
Dead Money.
Yeah, is that the? I know what happens in Dead Money because I think Ziggy explained it to me forever ago. Or at least how like the ending kind of is supposed to work, I guess. But I can't remember which one it is in the order. It's either like 1 or 2. Also, I think Dead Money is the one that has the guy named Two Bears high-fiving.
Every day is a good day to die. What's the matter, you can't-ass pinko? Getting tired?
It is the first one? Also, dear God. Yeah, no, that makes me way too anxious. I would never do that. Also, Lewis? Lewis death? I guess which person are you talking about, Zaf or me?
Oh,
'Cause-
Lewis Death. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that comment. What do I do for a living? I personally work in retail. It sucks. I used to have 2 retail jobs, and then one of them treated me really shittily, so I quit. And got more hours at my other job. But it's like barely enough. So I'm hoping that if things work out with this Twitch thing, I can at least use this as like a second part-time job and just earn money that way. But I have to be an affiliate first, so that or people just have to donate to me constantly. Yeah, I played like I played like 10
Sorry.
10 minutes of Dead Money. No, that was all. I'm done. You can talk.
Sorry. Ugh. Also doesn't help that Nico has wakened from her hellish sleep, so she's probably gonna have to get chucked outside.
Nico!
She's a bad cat.
She's the best cat.
I was gonna say, I spend most of my living being kind of a disappointment, mostly to myself. My mom refuses to call me a disappointment. But I am also currently re-employed in retail, and I don't love it.
Where is robots?
Actually, did I ever tell you why I named her Nico?
Wasn't it after Nico from Devil May Cry 5?
It is Nico after Devil May Cry 5. I couldn't remember if I shared that story. It's because she literally came into the house right around when Devil May Cry 5, I think, like, came out.
Yeah. I remember I was streaming it, and then, like, you found Nico shortly afterwards.
Yeah. Great cat. She's an asshole, and I love her.
Ah! Nova donated $15. Holy shit!
Oh my god, the shit you have for your donations is amazing.
because it's the exact reaction I have, where I'm just like, oh, I'm just minding my own business. Oh no!
Oh, Lewis asked how long have you been playing this game, and I will need you to answer that while I go toss out my cat.
Not very long. Well, okay, so I've played this game before. I bought this game when it came out. But I've never finished it, and I keep having the problem of we're starting and then stopping. This particular run, I started only like 2 streams back, or 3, technically 3. I didn't play it last stream because I was playing other games last stream. But this is the 3rd stream in, and so I'm not very far in. I'm gonna quick save, just in case, because I feel like I'm gonna die soon.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
Are you back?
I am back.
Hmm.
Also, part of me is kind of surprised you didn't take the speed strat of playing poker until you just ended up in New Vegas.
Well, I'm gonna, but I have to actually get to the poker first.
Oh, wait, I didn't think the poker was that far in.
It's a little bit further. I just have to do the side quests that are around here, and then head over to Old Vegas, I think it's called. Okay, so this thing says I need to repair 35. But I'm like 99% sure I have a repair that's way higher than that. But just in case I don't.
I'll say, don't they have like a at least temp boost for that kind of stuff?
Yeah, which is what I'm using right now.
Nice.
Oh, and 1 piece of scrap metal. I'm dumb. Is there one around here? I think I remember seeing one.
Hmm.
I think I
I
remember
was gonna
seeing
say
one.
this one doesn't just let you scrap things, does it?
Oh, there's scrap metal.
Nice. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hmm?
Your fucking companion was like looming in the doorway and scared the shit out of me.
Oh.
Like he just turned around and there was a human body and I was like, ah, fuck. My aunt's been watching Bly Manor and I've just like, I'm sick of those fucking ghosts popping up where they don't belong.
Oh, I have to initiate. Okay. We're done here. Okay. So I always end up over uncovered. See, I've been kind of making a point not to just randomly pick up everything. I used to do that all the time when I played these games, but I stopped doing that. Are you guys gonna? You're not gonna.
It's actually been kind of an issue in Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah, it's been an issue in Neverwinter Nights. Boom! You gotta stop spooking me like that.
He just appears like an omen of ill will.
That demon was so nice in Neverwinter.
That demon was sweet as hell. It gave us like a shiny axe.
A double axe.
Oh. Gonna make an effort to help more demons. Actually, I don't know if it's technically helping a demon, but we might be able to help a dryad in chapter 2.
Ah, God,
I
it's so
think
bright,
that's
I
how we
forgot.
get. Oh, what? Oh, no. Ah, see, this
Hang
is why
on.
you should never trust the sun. Terrible, terrible thing.
Sun is my enemy.
Actually, I don't remember how to start that quest. Well, that'll be a thing for future Juan Bonk to figure out.
Fallout?
Hmm? Oh, no,
Like,
in Neverwinter. I know.
crash.
Oh, no. Oh, you meant Fallout was having a crash. Okay. Seems very in character for it, though. I'm kind of surprised it's held up so far without too much stutter, but I've also missed some because I'm a very sleepy crone.
I should have expected you to do that.
Hopefully, did you save fairly recently?
Yeah, I've saved recently.
I was gonna say it probably also auto saves.
I think it's yep.
Uh-oh.
Right in the sun. We're gonna quick save again. Just in case. Fallout new crashes. Okay.
God, can you imagine this game if it got like a re-release and it wasn't so fucking buggy and like
I know.
it was just like updated and the hairstyles actually looked good?
Yeah. AKA Fallout 4 engine, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same engine. Just Fallout 4 New Vegas.
Something like that. The thing about it is I almost want Bethesda not to have a hand in it whatsoever, just because, like, with how many times they've ported fucking Skyrim, they clearly don't give a shit.
What can I help you with?
They're like, it's still good, even though it's like made out of twine and
I saw
unicorn
that
wishes
Alamara
at this
was here,
point.
And you sent it to everyone. Very admirable. Now that the NCR is more or less what they want, hopefully their curiosity about the plan is satisfied, and they'll dig in deeper. The followers will be grateful. Here, take these as a parting gift. I hope you'll find them useful.
I've already finished with these, but
Big Book of Science added.
a big book of science. That was
Followers
the
of the Apocalypse. I think they're from Fallout 1. I remember H-Bomb mentioning them in his video about Fallout 3 being garbage.
Are you in a spacesuit?
Yes, I am.
Wait, are you trying to help those? I can't remember if they're in this game.
Yeah.
My Fallout knowledge is just a jibble jabber of nonsense, but are you helping those ghouls that are trying to fly into space?
Yep. I was actually in the middle of doing that before I
Like-
found this place.
I feel so bad for them.
They're gonna die. But they want to go to
They
space.
are gonna die.
I'm also wearing sunglasses underneath the helmet.
It lets you do that?
Yeah. Here, let me try, since this room isn't that bright. It's hard to... Let me just zoom in. It's hard
Oh,
to
that's
see.
true. Microsoft has Bethesda's leash. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Man, the glare on the helmet
Yeah,
is
the
really
glare is
special.
ridiculous. Also, I completely forgot that Microsoft bought Bethesda.
It was like such a weirdly kind of like whatever things that ever happened. It was kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. It was about time. I thought Bethesda was doing well enough that they wouldn't just get randomly acquired, but I wonder if they were looking for somebody to buy them.
Oh, I should probably set the quest so I actually know where the fuck I'm going. Wait, why is it saying over here? What's over here? Oh, that's right. I think the manhole cover thing is over here. Yeah, it's over here. I'm gonna quick save again. They also bought Obsidian, which means New Vegas 2 is a possibility.
Oh, I don't know if I have that much hope in my body left.
Indeed,
It would be
you
a
do.
lovely thought.
And they seem to be in excellent condition.
I'd be kind of curious to see what a story in New Vegas 2 would even look
Yes.
like.
I'll tell Jason that the great journey can begin.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Obsidian working on anything at the moment?
I don't know. I can Google search
They
real
just,
quick. 'Cause
like,
I
the last
have
thing they
it.
released was Outer Worlds, right?
Obsidian new game. Well, apparently there's something called Avowed. What the hell is this? Obsidian new game is... Nani? What the hell is an Avowed? Besides a very awkward thing. Oh, they released Grounded.
I've never heard of Grounded.
It's, I think Jim Sterling made a video on it. It's where you play as, like, a tiny shrunken person in a garden.
Oh, that's cool.
It would be probably better if it was balanced more. It just kind of seems like the spiders insta-kill you and, like, everything else is, like, annoying, and it didn't seem like it was quite well made. Maybe they just published it? I feel like it was an indie thing, but maybe it was Obsidian. Oh, it looks like they've added more content to the game, so it probably is better now. Or it might be an early release is what the issue was.
What is this guy doing?
Outer Worlds? Yeah, I guess Avowed is their next one. What was an Avowed?
To the promised land we go. To the far beyond.
Is this a mobile game? What is this shit? A lot of arrows.
I like how they're running into each other like, hey. Hello. Hi. Okay.
Did you hear him? My God, you were right all along. I'm no ghoul. They were just using me. And dying would be worse than this?
Mm.
Used up and thrown away like garbage?
Huh?
Oh, so I've redeemed the human race, is that it? What a crock. The human race can't stand me.
Well, I guess Avowed
So,
is like
you
some
want
kind
me
of
to
like
accompany you on your
fantasy,
adventures across the wasteland, is that it?
fuck me, Elder
Life among
Scrollsy kind
humans again?
of
That's what you're suggesting?
thingamajig. I mean, it looks very
I
pretty
guess it's
in the
the only
trailer,
chance
which
I've
is
got.
pre-rendered, but
Maybe it'll be different this time.
I don't know. Nothing that
I
would
was
appeal
never
to
a
me
saint
personally,
before.
but
Yeah.
I can't
it's
believe
probably
I'm
going to be
agreeing
fine.
to this, but I'll give it a try. You go launch the rockets. I'm on my way to Novak.
I am
I mean,
absolutely
this
qualified to
quest-
launch rockets. How do I launch? Boom! Get out of my place.
I was gonna say this is actually one of the quests that I also only know because I feel like I've watched somebody play it through from start to finish. I don't know where I acquire my Fallout knowledge. I'm pretty sure it comes to me in my dreams. At this
And
point.
to respond to what you said, Nova, this is also usually around the point where like I put the game down with the intention of starting again, and then I never get back to it. It's gonna be different this time. I'm on stream now. I have to beat it.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna get the dog. We're gonna get to those Elvis impersonators.
The Kings.
We're gonna fight Mr. House. We're gonna shoot Benny in his fat fucking head. I think his name is Benny, right? The horrible
Benny?
checker suit guy. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's something like that. Where the fuck am I going?
We're gonna avenge our father's death. Wait,
Well, that's 3. I think. I don't
In a
know
way,
what
it's
that
kind
emote
of
is, but
more.
it's cute. What's that emote? What's the emote? It's a good emote. Ah.
That was a good emote. Oh my goodness.
Okay, why is the rocket launch switch like 17 miles away from the the control room?
I think so that you get, don't you get a scenic view of them taking off?
I guess?
They want you to see like the sweet, sweet irony. Although this is, honestly, I would never even know where to go in this because like, this is
I hate this
circuitous.
map. I hate this map so much.
Why is it so needlessly complicated? Just give us one elevator. Come on, guys. Oh.
There
This
it
is
is.
why
I had to go all the way from the basement to here to launch the rockets.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, I think this is literally just so you can see it, but I don't know why they made it so needlessly complex when they could have just like had a thing lift you up there.
They could have
But
just
I
had a
guess it would
cutscene.
feel less big. Oh, what a glorious day. An achievement in spaceflight. There they go. Oh shit. Oh. I like how that gets you like a boost in your reputation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you shot off half the population of the immediate area into the sky.
They like you now. But only now.
Only after you potentially accidentally murdered a bunch of people. Ain't that just how life is sometimes?
See.
Finder. Oh, did you already take Wacky Wasteland?
I did. That was like the first one I took.
Sweet.
I think I also took the lesbian perk.
Oh, hell yeah. It's a good perk.
It's a good perk.
You can flirt with your brain once it's out of your body later.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I found that out by accident because I was like looking through a perks list, and then I ended up in like a wiki deep dive, and I was like, huh, who would have thunk? I wonder if it makes it easier or harder to actually talk your brain into rejoining your skull.
Anyway, I'm done with these quests. I don't think there's any more quests. Yep. So I just gotta do the main
Oh,
quest
I
now.
was gonna say, Nova, are you not familiar with the Old World Blues DLC? Because it's gonna be a thing.
I can't wait to flirt with myself.
Oh, the Robo Scorpions are supposed to be fucking terrible, though. I can't remember if they have. Oh no, I think there's like a giant robot dog you have to fight, or maybe it's a giant mutant dog. That expansion is so weird. I think personally to me, I find it so appealing because there's no like human NPCs really. It's
Yeah.
just you talking to a bunch of brains in jars and like the toaster for ammo and stuff.
Hmm. Well, I have to go back to Novak. Right, because I think they were withholding information. No, sorry, go on.
Oh, Nova said if my brain left my skull, I'd lock the door and not the fucking key. Which I think that's a fair.
I too would abandon my body for a robot body the second I had the opportunity.
Yes, it was a giant robot dog. Okay. Yeah, I remember one of the brains having some hangups about their childhood,
You have any luck with the
and
ghouls?
specifically
I'm counting on
their dog,
you.
which
Really?
is a bit tragic.
Unbelievable, man. I knew that wasn't gonna be easy, but I had a good feeling about you. You look like you've been through a lot.
Wait, so these guys were like really just wanting the ghouls out of there? What
Yeah, they want the
asshole?
ghouls out.
Fuck you guys. At least the ghouls had dreams.
Okay, I'll tell you everything I know, like I promised.
I can't believe I had to send ghouls into space just to learn where the guy who shot me is.
They were going to Boulder City. It's straight up Route 93 from here. Just keep following the road north.
You could have just... You could have just told me that. You could have just said that. Hey, go north. But no, I had to launch ghouls into space.
I had to kill an entire population of people just to get some goddamn directions.
Also, hello, canned bison. I didn't see you there.
There is... Honestly, yeah, I'm trying to... I was gonna say, Canned Bison mentioned that like this game and Fallout 3 have some really great DLC expansions, which is true. I kind of miss when games used to have like really thoughtful DLC expansions that were like, yeah, I'll drop $10 bucks on what is basically like extra game that I love.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the Dark Souls DLC, because they basically do that.
Yeah, they actually do, don't they?
Yeah.
And then I know Witcher 3 has pretty good DLC too. Not that I think I'm ever going to be able to play and or finish and or even conceptualize having a computer strong enough to play The Witcher 3, but
I mean,
someday.
the Switch can apparently play Witcher 3 now, so...
Fuck. Well, maybe I just need to borrow my aunt's Switch, because it's not like she's really playing it too much. Maybe if they sell...
Oh, fuck, it's more fascists.
Fallout New Vegas. Oh no, it's all fascists. Oh, fuck. Ah, no, it's these assholes. Fuck.
Yeah, why do you think I said... Oh, fuck, my head.
Jesus Christ, run! Why do they have bombs?
I don't know.
I would hope that Doom associated DLC would be pretty good. If only because, like, I feel like...
Oh god, I'm almost dead.
That would be very in character. Oh, hello, Calgary. Thank you for watching.
Hello.
You're gonna die. These are
I'm
too many
absolutely
guys.
going to die.
Holy shit. Wait, did the guys in the dinosaur just tell you which town to run to, but didn't tell you to be running into these fuckers?
No, of course they wouldn't.
What? You should go back and kill them. Oh, Boone's out there taking some hits for you. You get him, Boone!
Oh, Jesus, what blew up?
I forgot that 76 had DLC, to be honest.
Oh, Fallout
Or that they
76 has
were releasing
DLC?
any.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the Wasteland DLC, which I hope that was free, because, isn't buying 76 punishment enough?
Yeah, really.
It's cruel. Does anyone else curry favor with the powder gangers just to avoid falling in with the cops or fascists?
I've
Didn't know
never
you
tried
could.
it. You can, I just never do it because I like Good Springs and they attack Good Springs.
Oh, yeah, I might have already ruined my chances with them.
You get vilified if you fight back against them, so...
Yeah, that is kind of the rough spot of New Vegas, of where it's like either it's cops or it's basically cops, but like somehow worse. Which comes with their Battle Royale mode, which they are never going to make. What? Why? It was $60? No.
$60 for a video
God.
game?
Oh, no. Oh, I just got like a full body memory from that. Stop. Oh, holy shit. How dare you make me think about the Ouya?
I'll never forget the Ouya. Who could forget a classic Ouya games like Amazing Frog?
That was literally like the
And
only
that's it. That's it.
Ouya
That's the
game.
only Ouya classic.
Dear God.
Which I think was a mobile
$60.
game anyway, so...
Oh, Calgary
have you we literally just got done doing that.
yeah.
I literally just launched the rockets.
It was beautiful. They all definitely died.
I do upload VODs. I upload my VODs onto a YouTube archive, basically. The link for that is in my Twitch description. Ah!
You haven't even at the correctional? Oh.
Ah! My limbs!
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, they're just taking pot shots at you.
Ah! My limbs again!
Of course it needed content, Jesus
My
Christ.
body!
I honestly am very frustrated with the existence of Fortnite, if only because Battle Royale has become such a tack-on for things. Fucking Dragalia Lost has a Battle Royale mode now, and I kind of despise it.
Oh, that's why my limbs were blowing up. This guy was firing a grenade launcher at me.
Oh, did you rig the rocket to explode? Please tell me you didn't.
No. I like those guys.
They didn't
They're
explode.
fine.
They're just, they're on a farm now.
They're in the good
very
place.
Happy.
They're in the good place.
The rockets just, I don't think they make it very far.
44 Magnum.
Yeah, actually, Battle Royale actually makes sense in Fallout, in a way. Like, you could just have bandits setting up. I could think of so many ways you could do that, and I doubt Bethesda even thought to use brain cells. Oh, the Minecraft Hunger Games were good. I kind of forgot about those too. Those were brutal.
Tower
A lot
Fall
of people
says
died
hi.
immediately. Also, Jen, very briefly to answer your question about the Ouya,
someone doesn't know what the Ouya is.
It was a failed indie game console that is notable for not really doing anything besides creating some really disturbing advertising. I've actually watched. There's one person I watch on YouTube still for gaming content, which is kind of rare, and
Is
he
this super great friend?
plays some of the COD Battle Royale. Who? What?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Super Great Friend, because Super Great Friend did a bunch of videos of
Oh
Ouya
no,
games.
I still follow Super Great Friend. I just don't have like attention span to watch Super Great Friend. Been in a very anxious place. No, it's Lieutenant Eddie. He moved away from
Oh
making
yeah.
animation.
Oh yeah, I remember Lieutenant Eddie. It's been a long time since I've seen their videos.
Most of his stuff has been Hearthstone, which weirdly I can stand watching Hearthstone.
That's
I
probably
cannot
why I
stand
stopped watching his videos.
Oh, speaking of card games, though, when are you gonna send me my Gwent deck?
I'm sorry. I have I have tomorrow off, so I'm gonna box up the or not box up. I'm gonna package up the Gwent and the Dark Souls and send them over as soon as I can.
Thank you. Honestly, don't worry too much. I was just like thinking about like, damn, I'd kind of like to see the in-person Gwent deck because the
I'm
online
pretty
Gwent deck
sure
is
because like I
expensive.
got when they got pennied out at my store, like I got the Gwent deck and the Blood and Wine, and they came in similar size boxes. So I think the Blood and Wine comes with more Gwent cards. So I'll have to double check that, and if they do, I'll just send them to you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'm not gonna use them. Like,
Actually, yeah, if the ghouls were... Oh, they should have hit in a little Easter egg of the ghouls being in Outer World.
Oh, that would be really good.
That would have been really cute. Battle Royale in Fallout was you fighting to be the overseer of a vault while trying to outrun a nuclear fire.
So what? I do. Now that you've reminded me of it existing, I do remember it now because I used to work at GameStop and they played the ad for that expansion like every 2 seconds.
Oh, the Wastelanders?
Yeah, the Wastelanders expansion.
They couldn't have it be more of a Hunger Games kind of scenario. Like, I don't even like the Hunger Games, but like conceptually as a battle royale, it makes kind of more sense in Fallout because like, you know, you would just have a bunch of bandits kidnapping random people and then forcing them to fight to the death.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. But apparently they had to invent nuclear fire to squeeze everybody into the same area.
The way 76 handles, like, nukes in every regard just baffles me. Not only because of, like, narratively and tonally speaking, it is the most deft thing I've ever seen, but it's also just, like, mechanically it makes no fucking sense. And the explosion damage that they cause is way too small to be a nuke.
Calgary wants to know what run you're going for because they are going for an NCR one. And
One of my patrols was
I guess potentially you could end with the powder gangers. I don't know if there's actually like so much as like one, like I guess there is kind of like a major ending for each of the factions, but I think there's also just like your ending kind of gets different flavors depending on who you're buddy with.
Yeah. I'm not particularly aiming for any particular faction. If I can give the Mojave Wasteland to the Kings, I'm gonna.
Oh hell yeah!
But I don't think that's possible. If it's possible, then they can have it because they're the best.
Once the great Khan.
But that's the follow-up. Yeah, they really are in love with like kind of the worst aspects of the 50s, which there's quite a few.
Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are. But considering that the hostages are as good as dead when all right.
But Bethesda does not have. Well, actually, no. I can't even rag on like the employees too much because honestly, they're probably overworked to shit, and they do not have like breathing room to do critical analysis. Yeah, no. Feel free to blame Todd because like, what the fuck does he actually do? He's this very lovable, very punchable face. I don't know. Can you hand over the wasteland to the Kings? Like, you should. I would.
I should be allowed to. I've never used the stealth boy, by the way. Todd Coward.
Whoa. I am kind of. Oh, I am kind of glad that Todd Howard is generally being more recognized as like this very affable, disarming face that is just nothing but a well of lies underneath.
Do not believe his lies.
Pretty much.
So what you're basically saying is that he's basically the new Peter Molyneux.
I kind of feel like, yeah, in a way. Like, I don't know, with Peter Molyneux, I always got the impression that he had very big ideas that just were not really that possible. And part of me kind of, holy shit, you took her.
I'm here to help you.
I'd be terrified by that. Good lord.
She turned around to talk to me, by the way. I just panicked and shot her in the face.
Holy crap, her entire everything came off. Where the hell was I? Where am I? Yeah, no, with Peter Molyneux, I always got, like, this sort of sense that, like, he meant well, but he kind of wasn't able to really deliver, which sucked over and over again. Even though I liked Fable 1, and I also like the original Black and White, so maybe it's, like...
Hang on. Things messed up.
Oh shit,
Hang on.
are you flipped into a desk again?
It's Twitch being a dumbass. I just gotta let people have their free speech.
It'll work out.
I'm sorry. It's hard for me to keep up with track with all this action. Let me just shoot this guy in the face first.
Oh, you can get a good king ending if you help with, it looks like a relief effort.
Okay. Nova said something about KOTOR 2, and I need to read this. Obsidian had the problem with merely having the great writing hamster by the complete horseshit. No. Morality mechanics. Yeah, basically. So I love KOTOR 2. KOTOR 2 is like my favorite Star Wars anything. Like, I love it more than the movies. But I only love it as much as I do because everything else that is Star Wars exists. And that's, unless people insist on it, I'm just going to stop there for KOTOR 2, because otherwise I'll go on all day. We've been working a relief after free science solve pacer. Let's see your comfort. Do not worry about there being spoilers, because I barely understood it.
It'll make sense eventually. Someday.
Todd showered. I like that. Physics. Yeah, the physics. I hope by that physics you were talking about that guy's head spinning in the air like 16 times in slow motion.
The gore in this game always surprises the shit out of me. Because it's so blocky and almost PS2-like, and then all of a sudden fucking limbs will fly off in several directions, and it's like, oh Christ.
Also, yeah, KOTOR 2 was absolutely itching for a true neutral ending. But it also just kind of really didn't have the room for it.
I forgot that Obsidian had a person on their writing team that was a ne'er-do-well.
I don't know who that was, because I'm not actually that familiar with anybody on that team except Josh Sawyer.
Ugh. The Last Jedi almost gave us... Yeah! Yeah! I think the most frustrating part about Star Wars as, like, a universe is, like, in most of the mainstream media things, even though they, like, unlike the side media, they're like, oh yeah, there's gray Jedi. But, like, in any of the mainstream stuff, you never really see them. Because who wants neutrality, am I right?
Yeah.
Nuance? What the fuck is that? We only have binaries in this bitch. Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
Chris
Luke
Avalon?
was kind of menacing.
I know that name. I know the name. I'm not that familiar with the actual people at Obsidian.
Yeah. I remember there being a shakedown a while back, but it's been kind of like it's been just long enough that like other shakedowns have also happened. Like I think BioWare in particular just recently had
Did they? I thought that
kind
was
of
like.
a shakedown. I
I know
don't think they've actually
Ubisoft
did they
did.
fire people?
BioWare?
Ubisoft,
I have
maybe
no
it's
idea.
Ubisoft that I'm thinking of.
You might be thinking of Ubisoft. Ubisoft had a major, like, thing happen. I don't know the details, but they had a major thing happen. It had to do with like sexual harassment and stuff.
I know that David Cage's Hell Company also has issues, but whether or not those have actually been attended to are
Probably
doubtable
not, because
David
Cage runs
I
the
think
company.
still works. God, David Cage, what an absolute dip.
Where's that guy? I saved his people flawlessly by murdering all the cons.
I was gonna say you really murdered some of those cons.
I came up to this guy and I was like, yeah, I'll negotiate peace, and then shot a lady in the head and started a firefight.
Beats going up against the lead.
The best Star Wars character? I don't think I've seen it, but...
Hang on. Sorry, Hive. Twitch just hates you for some reason. Come
on. Ugh. I hate it when people like that get intrinsically linked with stuff that they may or may not actually have had that much of a hand in. And especially if they're scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, maybe they turned out a couple of good lines, but can you imagine like all of their victims like not being victims and also able to create stuff that's just as good, if not better?
Yeah.
Like, the fucking human cost is just deplorable.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, I realized what you're talking about. Nova is talking about a specific like Hut character that's in like the side story stuff. You know how the Huts are usually like big and chunky. This Hut in particular, whose name I absolutely, or unless Gracchus is the name, that Hut is like jacked. He's just a hyper jacked Hut. And he wears like a necklace. He wears a necklace of lightsabers.
Holy shit! I love this guy. He's amazing. Holy crap! Look at his abs. Holy fuck!
I remember what I was doing now. Ding a ding.
Oh man. Oh, did I tell you we beauty standards of his race fucking swole. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the centipede robot legs. He has those too.
Good lord. I can't imagine a Hut that moves that fast. It would scare the shit out of me.
You here, friend?
Like, that is genuinely terrifying.
Just rolling along on my spurs. Looks like I just might make it to New Vegas after all.
I can believe that. He's basically just literally a bicep on, like, really fast legs.
Down to you and Fancy Pants. I wouldn't worry about him. He looks all hat and no cattle, if you ask me.
Oh, man. I did, I don't know if I got to tell you that I did finish The Mandalorian recently. And it's pretty alright. He is a Dark Souls boss. Actually, he's a bit like
Oh, sorry, Nova.
Or like a.
I don't have. I don't think links are active.
Yeah, it does the little ... thing. I was able to pull up a picture of him though.
Anyway?
Oh shit! And I lost it because I closed that tab because I have the brain of a sparrow.
Ah.
He's a big boy.
You like how it took me like 5 seconds to see the fucking rad roach that was right in front of me?
They kind of blend into the ground, so I can't blame you.
A bunch of people only just appreciate sexual harassers and what happened. Quietly resigned with the seat was like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it being like kind of a big thing, and I was like, I can't remember if people actually left because I know that I mean, like the only gaming news I get now is through Jim Sterling, which is
Yeah,
honestly kind of
basically.
fine. But like, I remember he's been really upset with it. Terrible. Well, they should resign in mass because then they would actually be accountable. Like, what the fuck? It's their job to protect people. Like, I can't say I've ever been super impressed with any HR department in almost
No,
like
because they're
any
not
company
there
I've
for
worked
you.
for. They really aren't. Like,
They're
I
not there
worked
for
in a
you.
corporate setting and like they wouldn't do any of the stuff in regards for onboarding new employees and instead had me do like half of their work for them. And then like more recently there is actually an HR person that works at my store and she
Yeah.
is such a flighty kind of like airbrained person and it's like I want to like you because you're a nice human being but also you are functionally useless as HR.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like not there. Although part of me wonders if she's like sick occasionally. I don't know. My store has a lot of people with health issues, which is like fucking rough.
Yeah.
Protect the company from liability. That would actually
Yeah.
make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's why they're there. They're there for the company's sake, not yours.
That's horseshit.
I know.
That's
I
garbage.
don't want to shoot dogs. Please stop making video games where I have to shoot dogs.
It's not good game design if I have to shoot a dog, to be quite honest. Oh, look at these vicious dog. It's just a starved dog. Making me feel bad. Honestly, part of me is like, man, what does it take to get into HR? But because that shit seems cozy as fuck.
Yeah, that seems like a really cozy job. Like, you just tell people you're gonna handle things and then you don't do it.
Yeah. Literally, I remember specifically one of the HR employees we had at the like software company I used to work for years ago. He was like, they had like a Fitbit steps competition or something, and he was clocking some insane ass numbers. And I
Holy
was just
shit.
thinking, like, man, this guy does nothing but walk all day.
Dude, I'm in love for directing Beyond Good and Evil. Turned out to be an absolute terror. Holy shit.
Holy shit. See, I heard recently that he like kind of fucked off to the hills, but I didn't realize it was bad enough to point of 18 people to just run damage control.
I'm beginning to think that maybe he retired to get away from that. But there's Vegas. Old Vegas should be somewhere around there. I vaguely know what that building is.
Honestly, oh god. This year has been a mess. I guess to a degree, part of me is kind of glad that like some of these assholes are finally getting shaken out of their cozy spots. Granted, some of them are having like parachutes made for them, but
yeah,
I don't know. Part of me is also just kind of like the whole thing needs to be burned down because at this point it almost feels like a house with like way too many termites. It's like how much shaking
more
must
mold
do
than not mold. More mold than not mold.
Yeah. It's just so messy. Like that whole thing with that happened with Lab Zero. That was another thing.
Oh my god, I'm so mad.
I am pissed because I paid good money for Indivisible to be made, and now it's being held. Like, the way it is, and I'm not also super fond of having indirectly supported Mike Z being the way he is. Honestly, part of me was kind of like, well, when he first started, I guess, kind of shaking loose from his public image, I was kind of like, well, he's kind of a dipshit. That's not a crime.
Yeah.
But, like, no, he's a dipshit and also just a creep. Like, an unrepentant creep. And now he's a hungry maniac, which I don't know what that does
What
for
is
somebody.
going on over there? Okay. One of those, like, goat things were vibrating like crazy.
I saw that. I'm trying to figure out what they're even doing. I'm guessing they're just existing in the same space a little too closely.
So let me ask you this, as well as the chat, because I don't know anymore. Is Skullgirls still, like, getting... Are they still making stuff for Skullgirls? Is that in, like, the Lab Zero people's hands now?
No, it's in Autumn Games, because Lab Zero did work on it, and Autumn Games, I think actually owns, like, the actual IP, so Skullgirls is still getting stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to their new co-op being able to do stuff. Part of me kind of wonders if they should reach out to the main 6 dev team. I mean, I hope that they're okay.
That'd be kind of funny
if they people.
Since the main 6 people were working on their engine anyway.
I think they're still planning on releasing any of the Stars stuff.
Yes, that's what I saw last, but I don't know if anything happened in between.
Yeah, no, I think they're still planning on it. And Mike Z isn't getting any kind of royalties off of that, so that's actually in the clear. But yeah, no, all the DLC for Indivisible has been canceled, which fucking sucks, because, like, Shovel Knight was gonna be in there, fucking Transistor was gonna be in there, and I think in part that was because some of them had pulled out in the shakedown of it all, which I don't blame them. It just sucks, because, like, for a game that has, like, so much effort and artistry put into it, and it's genuinely quite charming in its own way, it sucks that it's been basically regulated to tactical chess piece in this fucko's arsenal.
Yeah. Indivisible dies so that Skullgirls could continue to live.
When's Indie Smash Bros? They need to make one, actually. An indie, like, Smash Bros style fighting game?
They need to make one to make up for the crime of Nintendo making Shovel Knight a trophy. And not a real character.
Touchdown a fucking
and the fucking
suit.
crime of making Travis Touchdown a fucking me suit. You people put Bayonetta in the fucking game. You have no excuse to not put Travis.
Oh, wasn't that Ubisoft that made the mobile game about being,
Yeah, because it was a Watch Dogs game.
Yeah, it was like a... Was it Watch Dogs? I thought it was Tom Clancy.
Was it Tom Clancy? Yeah, it was Tom Clancy. I'm sorry. They're all the fucking same.
I was gonna say, I think Watch Dogs is actually somehow anti-cop. I don't know if that's what they intended, but...
Watch Dogs 2, I think is? I don't know anything about 2. 1 is kind of generic. It doesn't really say anything.
No. See, I feel like if they have the Lab Zero people, like their new, I forget what their new team is, but like them, maybe the main 6 guys, they could probably like cobble something together.
Yeah.
Because like at least they know how to make a fighting engine.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, it is. Yeah, it's been like a rough month and year for games and game development and just everything. And even like game companies that are supposedly supposed to be good guys, like fucking CD Projekt Red, are kind of fucking it up, at least for their work-life balance.
I have never seen CD Projekt Red as quote-unquote the good guys.
I think people treat them better because they did make like a fairly good game, although it did take them like 3 tries to make a halfway decent game.
Yeah.
And after watching those very, very good Witcher essays, I'm kind of like, well, I mean, it's definitely a better game now, but like also, man, why were the first two such very lazy horniness simulators?
Yeah.
Yeah, the devs at CD Projekt Red are. Yeah.
I'll admit that I've
Years
always been,
on.
even
Oh
before
no.
any of this shit started, I've always been a little biased towards CD Projekt Red. Just because, like, I didn't really care about them in the beginning, and then Witcher 3 came out, and nobody shut up about Witcher 3 ever. And they
Which
continue to
is,
never shut up about Witcher 3 ever.
I was gonna say, I don't even particularly want to talk about Witcher 3. I just want to talk about The Witcher, the series, because now I'm in it too deep. I watched the TV show, and I'm in hell. Because I bought the first book. I fucking caved and I bought the first book.
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick.
It's
Otherwise,
actually pretty good in terms of like short
I
story
only offer
writing. Like it's
services
very
for the
actually
king.
quite engaging because like everyone just kind of talks like
All
they're
right.
actual
Yeah,
people,
I've got a little side.
which
Over
is
the years, I've
a
gradually
delightful
perfected
rarity.
my craft to the point that I'm referring
Although the
to
first
as
book also does
pacifist.
start with like Geralt immediately getting some,
If you're
so I'm
interested
kind of
in how the
like,
cats,
well, maybe the first game
what do you
wasn't
say?
that off. I
No
do.
problem. If you need one later.
Yeah, everywhere has been a terrible year for game dev. Uh, it'll stop being terrible if we could get some goddamn unions together, but I feel like that's
Yeah.
going to be an uphill battle until we like. I don't know. I'm not excited for this election year because part of me is like, well, when it devolves into Mad Max land, do I have enough like rare minted pirate coins to afford spikes on my car?
Do not
Kind
pick
of
up
where I'm
any
at.
blue star caps, otherwise you'll have people on you.
I do. There are some people that, like I think some of the like employees at CD Projekt Red that are genuinely,
Hey,
I
what can
think,
I get you?
well-meaning. I mean, they've
Mhm.
attended like Pride parades and stuff like that in
Yeah, yeah,
Poland.
yeah.
And Poland right now, holy shit, they are not having it. Um, there's an entire shakedown of LGBT because their government is extremely fascist right now.
Of course, of course.
International Game Dev Union. I I feel like I might have heard about it through a weird series of telephone games, sort of like I feel like I've heard something adjacent to it, but honestly, I'm guessing it didn't go anywhere. It's a strange feeling realizing a revolution may be called for and you'll be utterly useless in it. Yeah, I can get that feeling.
Thanks.
Although I have some, I don't know. I try to comfort myself with the fact that like I do have like some very particular skills. Like I've handled a bow and arrow before, um, so at least I wouldn't be helpless
Welcome to Mick
necessarily
and Ralph's.
there.
For
And I can
gentlemen.
definitely drive my car into stuff.
Mhm.
Not necessarily a skill you want to have unless you're
Unless.
you're trying to fight a very specific kind of fascist. Um, Oh, chapters of the Union ended up being run by racists. Oh my god.
Cool.
That would explain why I died a quiet death when I wasn't looking. Shit. How hard is it not to just be, like... I'm guessing it's difficult. I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that even being, like, partially decent,
Apparently, it's
is
really
just...
hard to be a good person.
It's very extremely hard. If you need that to get you through the day, just think there are quite a few human beings that don't pass the litmus test for being like even the bare minimum of just decent.
Thanks.
Yeah, I get that feeling, Nova.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, I know for a fact I'm in a way privileged because like my mom gets paid way too much money to just sit in meetings and take notes. So I'm very lucky in that regard, because otherwise I would be more or less homeless.
Okay, look, I know the people in Freeside are like really desperate for money, but if you saw this motherfucker come down the street with a goddamn spacesuit and that gun, would you really fuck with them? Because I wouldn't.
Especially with that hair, holy shit.
Yeah, the hair did something weird when I put the helmet on.
It's gotten very neon.
Also, it's like broken. Like, what is going on here?
Oh my god. Lighting engine broke. Understandable. Have a good day.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah. Honestly, Nova, if it makes you feel any better, I wasn't even able to register to vote for this fucking election because my license is still in the wrong state. Because I never fixed it because I'm an anxious, ridiculous mess. So, like, at the bare minimum, you're probably doing okay. And, I mean, if it comes down to a revolution, we'll just have to, like, I don't know. How people... Would internet still exist if there was a violent revolution? I mean, it's not like they can turn it off.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay, Nova. Like, legitimately, like, it's my fault that I've been putting it off. When it comes down to it, it really is my fault. But I should have fixed it. But
part of the reason why I'm going to force myself to deal with your mail shit tomorrow is because I'm going to be sending in my mail-in ballot.
Yes, do that. Please vote. Please do not do as I do and let your anxiety overwhelm you and make you spend your money on stupid shit instead of switching over your state license because you didn't want to deal with the DMV.
I know shit is shit, and I know that it's pretty easy to just be like, yeah, the voting is rigged, and it is kind of rigged, but you should still do it. At the very least, see it as like the first thing you should do in a revolution. What the fuck is that doing?
Yeah. The orange crewmate, which is what we're calling him, will probably ignore the results if they don't favor him anyway. Yeah, see, that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, if he doesn't die from COVID-related issues, which we can always hope.
There it is. The Kings.
Oh, God bless the Kings.
Open enrollment, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, get in there. God, I love them.
Hey there.
Yeah. Honestly, part of me is just waiting for when, like, he really fucking steps in it and it just becomes like, okay, everybody grab your motorcycle helmets and baseball bats. We're gonna take this shit like Proto Men style. And I'm kind of here for that because at least then I'll be able to work out my aggression.
You know what?
And I won't have to deal with any paperwork.
Head on through.
I don't know if it would actually devolve to that because America is obscenely big.
It's Rex.
But part of me, oh yeah, I forgot about Rex being
Latin
here.
for king.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us.
Shit.
He hasn't been feeling well lately.
God damn it! I hate that you're right.
You know how I know that? Do you remember? So it wasn't made by Egoraptor, but do you remember when Egoraptor was making all those awesome Flash cartoons?
Oh yeah. Like,
did you ever see the one that was made by somebody else called Speed Awesome or Awesome Racer?
I don't think I did.
Not all the jokes in that age very well, but there is a part where like Speed basically points out how egotistical Rex is because his name means king.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done.
The left isn't doing
Sound
that
good?
now, are they? Shit.
Unfortunately, there's bullshit. Because there's basically, in broad strokes, there's a group of people who's like, you know, like as Hive said, vote blue no matter who. And like, I get where they're coming from because it's like, obviously we don't want a Republican because they just murder everybody. But it's like those same people also are not looking at it with any sort of nuance. But the people looking at it with nuance are very like apathetic, and like a lot of those people I've seen are also being like, "There's no point in voting."
Oh God.
So it's bad.
I'll start you off with something easy.
Shit.
Did you notice
This
the
is just making me
bodyguards
think
for
of the
hire by the
2016
gates
election and
Yeah.
having to see some percentage of human beings voting for fucking Harambe and just wishing that I could instantly kill them.
Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my
Oh,
man told me that one of those
Christ.
bodyguards fell in
I
place,
honestly,
was making a
my
little too
pitch
much money.
for
He's
Biden
making a
was
killing in
like
repeat
legitimately
business.
just
Once
like,
someone hires him,
can
they never
think of
run
it
anyone
as
else.
4 extra
I want
years
you
to
to
figure
find
out how
out
to leave
why.
the country,
Specifically, I want
as
you
opposed to
hire
having only
him
3
like a part
months
of
to
an
figure out how to
innocent
leave the
tourist
country.
to follow his lead.
Look, I'll say
If
this.
nothing
I'm gonna
happens,
say
so
this.
be it.
If
But
Biden
4
gets
extra
in,
years, sorry.
we can bully
Call
him.
it a hunch. So,
He's a
Arguably,
spineless
yes.
loser. We can bully him.
That should be his advertising campaign instead of the stupid Avengers team. Is like, you can bully the old man into making him do the stuff you want.
Democrats are fucking pushovers. Bully them. Put Biden in and then bully the shit out of him.
But yeah, honestly, like,
Yeah. I mean, he was, but they care about aesthetics and they care about PR, which is more than what the Republicans can say.
yeah. He was putting kids in cages. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. As directly as a president, I wonder if we would be able to bully him more, because it seems like they never really report on the vice president doing anything.
No.
They just kind of fly under the radar, which is a little... I don't know. The problem is there's no easy solutions. There's no easy answers. And I am... It's rough. It's really, really rough.
It's bad, yeah.
It's shit. And it does kind of come down to is like, how much of this can we actually fix, and how much of it is like we just have to go somewhere new, or we have to burn it all to the ground.
Fuck. Hang on.
All the women from the Sanders PR team interviewing and giving utterly trounced by Chomsky while saying,
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
oh my god. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I have been kind of out of a lot of internet loops because, like, the level of, like, just sheer social anxiety and depression I was getting from Twitter was, like, insurmountable. And, like, this is just...
We'll be heading down the
Holy
main street here.
smokes.
I'll keep a brisk pace.
You want to travel through freestyle?
And yeah, unfortunately, it's extremely hard to convince people that, like, you know, hey, maybe the two-party system is a fucking hoax, and there really isn't two parties. There's just one party with various flavors of, like, how shit. And it's garbage.
Yeah. Like, ideally, I would like to see the end goal of, like, anarcho-communism or whatever. Like, that's a really great ideal, but I think realistically, I think we need to shift first to, like, socialism, and not with a single representative leader. I would rather have, like, a council or something. just like many people who can represent different parts of the country and not just like one dude.
Yeah.
Hey, slow down.
It's a shame that we've never really gotten a
some of
good
those men
picture
out.
of what that would
Let's take a
actually be
different way
like, because
around.
every time a country has tried to attempt it,
Yeah.
America would fucking kill it because
Why would
we
socialism do
can't
this?
have that. Also, thank you, Hive. It was really hard to
Yeah.
get off of Twitter, but like legitimately, it is. No, my quality of life has gotten somewhat better.
I want to, but right now, especially because I'm streaming, I need it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I could
the-
delete my personal account and then just, like, keep my, like, VTuber one. But I don't know. Like,
Maybe. I mean, you can also just lock down your personal account. That's what I did, if only because like I use it to anchor my gacha addiction. So it's good to not get rid of it, but
Stay close. I wouldn't want any.
yeah, it's like part of me is kind of like it's really having to weigh out like how much like doom and gloom can I actually sustain versus like how much good would it be for me to actually boost stuff. And it's a tricky thing. I kind of came to the decision mostly because like I didn't really have too many followers, and I wasn't getting anything I wanted to done, and I was mostly just making myself wildly unhappy. And even when I was boosting stuff, it didn't feel like it was even enough. So it's definitely it's a tricky balance.
yeah.
Leadership to involve in cronyism.
And it was raising my heart on the scale. I just hope Black Lives Matter links in my Twitch panel count for something. Me too. I also hope that I am seen well within the eyes of Sobek, Lord of Seamen.
And creator of the flat Earth. Or no, he was the creator of the globed Earth, I guess, because it's funny. I don't know what he made. He's made something.
So that's how it
Good boy, Sobek.
You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important.
Yeah, no,
folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer
it'd be nice to have socialism without the
since the
potential of
strip was
companies
built.
just coming in and
In
fucking
turn, the
ruin it like
newcomers,
they did with
come from
Twitter.
the NCR,
Yeah.
have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get by.
Literally everything that
This
they've
is one of those
touched.
occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked.
See, part of my solution is honestly that America is too big, and that we should have just a bunch of smaller countries within, like, the greater USA that are just socially driven, like socialist driven.
Yeah.
Because it's too big. It's too big. Like, I think that's also kind of just the problem with China and India, is they're too big. Australia doesn't count because they don't have nearly the amount of bodies.
Yeah.
I'm kind of low-key, kind of hoping that the US just, like, breaks apart. If only because it would be messy, but, like, I feel like it would be so much more manageable, and you could have a focus on, like, the people
Like,
who
if
live
we were
in that
basically,
area
like,
instead of slapping band-aids on
like if we
the entire
basically
country.
took a page from Europe and just basically became like a united kingdom instead of like like if we just split into like basically the equivalent of like German, Spain, France, Italy.
Basically, it's just like because like it's so hard right now to, for instance, like it's so hard to get startups, like tech startups, out in the Midwest, because nobody wants to fucking move to the Midwest. There's no reason to. But I feel like if you made like a greater part of the Midwest its own country, like people would have like reason to move there potentially. Or the Midwest would actually have opportunities to like specialize and therefore actually make income.
Texas country, yes. Texas country. Now I'm just thinking
Oh,
of
sorry, hi.
No,
It is
just
still pretty big. It's just mostly with Australia. I feel like because everyone lives mostly around the coasts.
Around 11.
I don't know.
As we were leaving the
Would
Wrangler,
Australia splitting
from
apart
out of
actually help
nowhere,
it?
these big guys
I don't
showed up and
know.
start barking
I
questions at
don't
us.
Isn't like a
live there. I
majority of
just heard
Australia like unlivable for most people anyway?
the middle bit of it. It's
Started yelling
hot.
back at him.
It's very
All
hot.
hell broke loose. Kid got the worst. I hope you find the bastards that did this.
Granted, just as a minor disclaimer, I'm also a dummy. Especially when it comes to politics, I just like to think very easy stuff.
I'm the least smart person in this room about politics. I just like to think I know a lot. I definitely
Spiders
know
can swim
spiders can fucking swim. What?
in Australia. I'm so sorry.
When I just want to go on a bit of a tangent, just because
Yeah.
when Jen said Texas country, I immediately thought of the Texas colony from Mobile Suit Gundam, which is an entire space colony modeled after Texas.
Holy shit.
I don't know why it exists, except that I'm pretty sure Tomino just really wanted a mecha fight that looked like a Western flick.
Tomino just really loves tumbleweeds. Ugh.
I don't really know what else I can add. There were a bunch of guys, better dressed.
Also,
than
that
outsiders, I
that
guess.
colony shows up again in Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, where it turns out that Char Aznable, after like basically going into protective services and like taking on a new name, basically grows up in the Texas colony and he becomes basically a cowboy.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Hey, wait. I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey, Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. It might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something. Something with a T. Tenant, that's what he
What
called
the
it.
fuck?
Lieutenant. Oh my god.
Probably said lieutenant.
Honestly, I'm just more and more convinced that Florida is like little Australia. Because, like, Florida has some whack ass shit in it. It doesn't have poisonous spider trees.
Yeah. I am terrified of Australia. Everything I've heard about it scares the shit out of me.
People go there for fun. Can you imagine?
It is no wonder that Hachima has like lost her mind.
There's actually, legitimately, there is a booktuber that I kind of followed on and off, mostly because she had some interesting takedowns of like some young adult romances that I didn't want to read, but sometimes you like hearing somebody tear into a shit book. It's fun. But I hadn't seen an update from her in a while, and as it turns out, she escaped Australia and ran away to Milan. And she's like, okay, so I'm in Italy. Cause, huh?
Hachima?
No, not Hachima. This is a booktuber, like an English-speaking booktuber. I didn't know she lived in Australia. I thought she lived in England. And then she's like, yeah, so I moved to Italy. Like, she apparently heard somebody talking about how not going to university was the best decision she ever made. And she's like, fuck, I wish it was the best decision I ever made. And she's like, well, I could still quit. And so she just kind of was like, she like fucking yeeted herself out of her job. She fucking left university, just dropped it straight out. I guess her father also lived in Italy. And so he was able to organize a way for her to get to Italy in like almost under a month. And I'm just like, God, I wish I had relatives that were willing to leave.
Yeah.
I live in the unfortunate circumstances where my immediate family that I was living several states away from is now coming to live 15 minutes away from me, which would be fine if my stepdad wasn't the biggest piece of shit I know.
I'm so sorry. I would help get you out if I could.
Oh, yeah, just even Canadian relatives would be fucking sweet.
You can donate to my Patreon to help get Wombonk out of her shitty situation.
It's okay. I think honestly right now I'm legitimately like, if I continue to work this target job, part of me is just like, I'm going to find either a way to go north or a way to go west, because those are kind of my last two locations that I really want to go to and that I really give a shit about. Because, like, I feel like if I make it out to not California, but maybe Washington, like, I'd probably have a good time. But
just head to the northwest part of town by the old
it's
train
just
station.
it's messy.
Start handing out supplies at 6
Especially because
every
I'm
night.
extra broke
There'll be
right
some
now.
guards by the door.
Someday I won't be,
Just
but like
remember that the
Jesus.
password is hope.
I wonder if Code
And they'll
will
let
agree
you
to a
buy
marriage
right
of
quick.
convenience. I'm pretty sure 8 people want to marry Code.
Who's Code?
Code is another VTuber. Specifically,
Oh.
Code is the VTuber that helped me get into VTubing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
She streams like every single night.
Can we like? Do you think Code would agree to like a huge like poly marriage? Just 1 million.
Yeah.
Spouses.
Code, we all want to marry you. Code is not in the chat, so I don't. She can see it in the VOD later.
Oh. See, like I have this like really very specific kind of pipe dream of just like having a really big house that I share with like a bunch of friends, and it's cool. And I don't know how I'm going to get there because I don't have any means to get a house. I could probably build one if I was determined enough. Honestly, if somebody was like fucking like shitty enough about like me, like, oh, you can't build a fucking house, you fucking loser, I would probably out of sheer spite build at least 2 rooms. Yeah. Code banned me for simping for her this month. Oh no, hi.
You look like you got the itch, friend.
People have got nothing.
Yeah, no, the house dream, like that. I wish that older generations could understand it, because like even my mom doesn't understand it, and she's younger. She's only about 20 years away from like my own age, and like she just doesn't get it because she like makes 6 figures now. Like her brain is already kind of like in stupid rich person zone in a way.
I know something's got them riled up, but I've been too busy.
If
you're looking into the matter, talk to Elizabeth. She's in charge
Head
of
of
the
said
operations
megachurch
here in
to meet
Freeside.
Trump in
Though she won't
America.
open
Wants
up
to
to you
come
right
to
away.
call into Parliament
If
to talk
Elizabeth
about how
holds out on
it
you, tell her that I sent you.
cannot hurt
She should be
you.
a little more forthcoming if you mention my name. Was there any? Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials.
Yeah, see, like that's the thing about I think a lot of millennials is like
So far,
I think a lot of them do just want to share a really big house with their friends. Like that's like the dream. And it's like we can't even get like a tiny house. We can't even like it's such a nightmare zone. Do we just like pile all of our money into like a big piggy bank and then take it to a real estate agent and say pretty please? Like how do you even I guess it also doesn't help that in North America there aren't a lot of commune style houses. It's just really badly made mansions or really shitty made like micro mansions or just like the oldest goddamn ranch houses you've ever seen.
That's because capitalism wants us to believe that having a house entirely to yourself is the greatest thing ever, but honestly it's just lonely.
Oh,
I have a pretty small like townhouse right now, and it's still kind of lonely.
Ugh. Like, yeah, I think legitimately one of the things that I struggle with in like career-wise and job-wise is that I don't have a sense of community, and it's like it legitimately makes me way more upset than I need to be, and it's like it's weird, but like also society has kind of built me up to fail because there aren't a lot of jobs that encourage that sort of like togetherness really at your work, especially in retail, because usually you're competing against them or like everyone is so fucking tired they're kind of sick of each other's shit.
Since you're
You best make
Like,
a good friend.
occasionally, I
Rooms are
think
just a few caps a night.
you can make pretty good relationships in retail, but like, I don't know. I feel like I personally particularly struggle with it, and it's just like, uh, it's bad.
Ooh,
And then,
blackjack.
especially in working retail, it's really hard to visit with friends afterwards because it's like, I'm tired, and also I don't get weekends off, so ha ha ha.
Here's your...
National broadband macro. High quality Indian.
Here's your chip.
Okay. Let's play some blackjack and then rig the system.
Oh, Jesus.
21! 10 luck. Increase my bet all the way.
Ah, finally to the speed stat.
Hit me. Perfect.
How much a studio apartment, not one bedroom, but a studio is going for in the suburb next to me? Oh, God. I can't even imagine how expensive that probably was. Because, like...
Fuck.
A studio apartment... I would bet that it was at least $1,000 a month. Although, if it's Australian dollars, it probably is more.
So I may have gone broke.
Suck my dick.
Hello.
Welcome
Oh no, you lost all your money? I thought you were supposed to win.
I thought I was supposed to win too.
What the hell? Is your luck not high enough, maybe?
It's 10. It can't be any higher.
Oh no.
Hang on. I just reloaded the save and I'm gonna just try it again. I'm just gonna try it again.
1 mil. Oh. Oh, that's to buy, but that's still obscene. A mil for it doesn't even have sections because it's a studio. It's just one room. And I'm ashamed to say that I know that because of David Cage's stupid fucking game. Oh, what the hell? There was a vote of no confidence in our prime minister. His replacement is this actual former police chief. Oh my god. Politics is disgusting. I agree with Andrei Saprovsky very much in that regard. Politics are gross. And I'm quite over them. Because it's like this kind of level of like weird, intricate, interwoven bullshit that makes me go like, well, maybe if we'd like just fucking fisticuffs at like Streets of Rage, shit would get sorted out faster. I don't know if that's true, mind you. Again, I'm a political dummy, but part of me is just kind of like, I feel like if we just like really go ham on it, what at this point, what do we have to lose? Besides our chains, as they say.
Down.
Did you bust again? Oh no.
Nope. No, I've been doing amazing.
Okay.
Double down.
I was gonna say, I admittedly can't do math. That's also an issue I have. Which is an issue I realized quite quickly when I was trying to play Gwent on the computer the other day. I'm very bad at numbers.
Yay!
I like that they have the rules written on the blackjack table, which I don't think is actually a thing.
Oh, I fucked up. Well, it's a good thing I wasn't betting a lot. Double down.
Investors in China to the point where real estate companies exclusively function in Mandarin and not in English. Bought by white boomers who purposely buy properties they cannot afford to rent out at high prices. Yeah. Jesus. I will say though, it does kind of remind me vaguely of a funny story about like the Disney property in Florida, because Disney owns most of the land that they have down there, except for one tiny odd-shaped chunk that has a hotel sitting on it, called the Hilton Bonnet Creek, because some Chinese investor bought it forever ago. I believe they're Chinese, and like Disney could never get a hold of this person. Like he just like kind of existed, and like they just could never get a hold of him to buy that chunk of land, and then all of a sudden there was a hotel on it. And it is the only property within the Disney kind of bubble that is not owned by Disney, and I'm pretty sure it pisses them off a great deal because you can see the fireworks from the Magic Kingdom from there.
So I just
And you
won
don't have
4,000 caps.
You ran out of caps?
No, I won 4,000 caps.
You won 4,000 caps. There you go.
And I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal. Keep your hands where we
Might
can
I
see them.
ask for what reason? The shipment was
Jesus,
delivered. The guns
H.
were tested
Criminy.
before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the
Oh,
quality
Jesus.
of weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Yeah, no, ironically, I think a lot of the millennials are kind of living the communal home dream, but like in a warped mirror version of it, of where we're stuck with our immediate families who keep going, when are you gonna move out anyway?
Yes, Mr. Soren. I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready
Which
tomorrow
is, that should be a Black Mirror episode, because that's my living nightmare a little bit. Granted, I'm living with my extended family now, and they're extremely nice, and like I don't really have a problem with living with them, but like having to live with my immediate family again was like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, at least I'm out of it for now. Although my mom, hilariously enough, was like, "Oh yeah, we want to have game days on like every first Saturday of the month," and I'm like, "Good luck." The last time we tried to entice some of the family members here into a game night, me and my one aunt ended up playing the other two players' characters because they just decided to give up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They want me to move out as long as possible so I don't ruin a massive death. Aw, your parents sound really nice, Five.
Yeah.
Admittedly, if my stepdad wasn't in the picture, I'd be in a similar situation, which would honestly be fine. Night, Nova.
Good night, Nova.
Hang in there. Dream sweet dreams and have sweet thoughts. Yeah, no, because like I was making pretty good money at my like the first job I ever got out of college, ironically enough. Been kind of backsliding since then. But
honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I ever would have been able to like mentally hold together after going through what you did. Like you had this like, I know you weren't happy there, but like you had this like corporate graphic design job, and then you were like, yeah, let's move to Connecticut, and then like it just didn't work out for you or me.
It basically imploded, and honestly, part of me was kind of like, I probably wouldn't have been feeling the burn to move out as much if my stepdad wasn't just a massive piece of shit that was getting more violent. Oh.
If it can be bought, it can be founded.
Yeah, no, sure. It's been kind of a downer hour.
We've just been kind of like blah.
Unfortunately, I've also like hyper fixated on like one piece of media recently, so I don't even know if I have anything good to tell you other than I could start reading the first book of The Witcher.
Yeah, so it is about the 2-hour mark. And I'm going to be switching games now. So I'm going to be quitting Fallout. I'm going to be prepping the next game.
I can hang out for probably another hour before I have to go to bed. So
let me just.
I don't know what else to say though. There hasn't. It's been even when I'm away from Twitter, things have been kind of they've been okay, if not just terrible. Oh,
Yeah.
Hades is out.
Hades is out.
If you want to live a bisexual nightmare where everyone around you is so wildly hot that it's deeply unfair, play Hades.
Okay.
It
I need
is
to
designed by an indie
switch.
studio that I love very much.
I need to switch my monitor to my PS4. Might cause some weird graphical issues in the Twitch stream.
Actually, Zeph, you should definitely play Hades sometime. I think you would really like it.
I think the reason I haven't is because it's a roguelike, and I despise roguelikes with every fiber of my being.
I've kind of cooled off on roguelikes, especially because some of them are just, or most of them are obscenely hard for no reason.
Yeah.
Hades is the only roguelike I would recommend to literally any human being.
So yeah,
mostly because like it's
sorry.
not that punishing. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you there, and we'll continue this once I restart the stream.
Okay.
So I will be back in 5 seconds. If the stream for you does not come back in 5 seconds, please refresh the stream. This happened last time, and I think a lot of people left thinking I was done streaming, and that made me kind of sad.
Yeah, Twitch kind of bad.
I will be back in like less than 10 seconds. So, if you don't see me in like 10-15 seconds, refresh your stream.